So in the conversation that you're about to hear, a client has an existing 6-panel metal clad door that she says was made by Peachtree and probably knows that there's likely a tag on the hinge style of the door. And it's not uncommon for someone to want to put a light into a door, and sometimes they're starting with a door that's paneled. So it could be a 4-panel, it could be a 2-panel, it can be a 1-panel, it can be a 6-panel. And the 6-panel is what the client's dealing with in this case. So they have an existing 6-panel door, and it's the 6-panel door style that's got the 2 smaller panels at top. Below are 2 rectangular, and then below that are 2 additional rectangular vertical panels. So it's really not uncommon in that door style to have a fan light over 4-panel, or to have, and we've even done it where we did one horizontal light over the top 2 panels, or most commonly, you're going to take the top 2 smaller panels and the next 2 rectangular panels, and you're going to cut that rectangle out. You're going to remove those. You're going to cut it to the exact outside size of the panels in the door and install a light kit. So let's listen to the conversation, then we'll come back and we'll do a little bit of additional information when it comes to putting this together for the client. Architectural Builders Supply is pleased to present you with this recording.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
AB Supply, this is Richard.
Hi, Richard. This is Melody. And we spoke yesterday about my project, from wanting to put a light in my front door. And you sent me an email that said call you to discuss.
Yeah, let's look. Okay, so I am looking at your picture. Okay, so that is a metal door or metal clad door? Okay.
Yes. I believe it's metal clad, and I believe the inside is a foam.
The core of the door, yeah.
Yeah, the core of the door. I was looking on, the website for Peachtree, and they are out of business, but it did give a lot of information about the type of door.
So what do you want to do to your door?
Well, it's solid, and I want to put a window in it.
Okay.
I'd like to put a 3/4 height window so that the bottom of it would be somewhere between the bottom panels and the middle panels, and the top would be at the top panel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see they did a nice job there when they made the side lights, that the top and bottom of the side lights match the top and bottom of the panels. So this is something that we've done lots and lots and lots. And basically, you would order a window, a vision frame really, to go into that door. And you would order it to be the size of the rectangle that you would cut when you cut out the 2 top panels and then the 2 rectangular panels immediately below those. And you would leave in place the 2 bottom vertical panels. So you'd have a 1 light over 2 panel door.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Super easy.
That's what I thought, and I thought I could probably do this myself. And if I can't, I know my husband can, but he won't like it. He's very busy. But how do I do this? How do I order the kit?
Well, I can certainly have a kit manufactured for you, but the wood vision frame and the glass that I would supply would be just a screw together wood light kit that would be made out of a hardwood species that you'd paint, like alder or beech or something like that. And it would be like 1/2-inch insulated glass that we would have. They would be not unlike your side lights.
Okay.
So I can supply that material to you. If that's not what you wanted in terms of just a clear piece of insulated glass on the door, you'd have to take the result of the advice or let's just say guidance that I would provide through the phone call and get your own, whatever you wanted, stained glass, whatever you can get, you can put in there. An exterior door you'd probably want insulated for a couple of reasons.
Definitely.
Yeah, you may not want clear, but I can see that you've got, or at least I believe I can see that you've got blinds over the side lights. So
yeah, but I don't like that because my grandkids play with them and they tear them, and it's not ideal. I kind of want to get like a frosted decorative, maybe with some little lead lines or something that.
Yeah. Caming is the term for that. It's caming, C-A-M-I-N-G, caming. Yeah, so that would all be outside of my scope. You know, we're not a decorative glass supplier.
Okay.
I could provide you with the wood frame that such a thing would go into, and, you know, I have had material custom glass made for myself personally. I found someone locally that did stained glass, and it was all beautiful. The problem with that is it's not a safety product.
Right.
And,
yeah,
you know,
I would want a safety product for sure.
Yeah. So you definitely want to probably stick with the realm of what can be classified as a safety product.
Right. I want it so that you can't see through it very easily.
Yeah, something obscure
At least,
or,
you know, just store it, yeah. Okay, well, how much is something like that going to cost?
the insulated kit that I would have to get you a quote. My guess is probably going to be in the $400 range with the shipping to you, something like that.
Well, that's a lot cheaper than a new door.
Yeah, well, it would be with the glass option that you want. It certainly would be.
Yeah.
And then, of course, refitting it wouldn't be the end of the world. It shouldn't be anyway.
Right.
But it is very common to cut out those 4 top panels. Very, very common.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, well, thank you very much, and I'll get back with you with dimensions. I am going to look at one place locally just to see if they offer the same service, and then, you know, I could just, where are you located?
Well, my office is in Southwest Florida. The kit would ship out of Michigan.
Okay. Okay. All right, well, I will get back with you unless I find what I need locally.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, let me know how it turns out no matter what. I'd just like to know that you had success.
I will. All
Thank
right,
you.
well, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we have a manufacturer by the name of Easy Set that can make us go to products, click on door and frame components, and then we can do wood vision frames that are here. A roundabout way to get to what we're talking about is we can make a wood vision frame, and it can be out of different species of wood: beech, alder, maple, oak. It can technically be lots of different wood as long as we can source the wood. And then on this, we can make whatever size is needed for the width and the height. So in this case, what the client would end up needing to do, give us the size from that corner to here, that corner to here, and that corner to there. And what we would do is order the wood vision frame to that opening size. So let's just imagine this is roughly what our door looks like. What you're going to end up wanting to do is you're going to want to take a drill bit and you're going to want to drill a hole at these 4 corners. A small one at first. But you have to be really, really careful in the sense that you don't want to dog bone this at all. And dog bone would be something that might look like, if I'm going to get in here and I'm going to drill, let's say, an 1/8 inch hole, just to add, well, that hole is actually 3/16. And then I'm going to drill a larger hole like 5/16, which will be more like that. This area here is the dog bone. So when you drill your hole to get started, you're going to want it to be like here. Well, not there. Ultimately, you're going to want it to look like that, okay? You'll drill this, and you're going to drill that so that you're not going further on the outside of your cut, and you'll do that in all 4 corners. And you'll drill 8 holes, 4 on the top face, Flip the door over, drill the other holes. Don't drill them straight through because it won't be completely straight. Now, having said that, you're then going to grab a jigsaw and you're going to connect the dots. You're just going to cut on one side, and you'll need a jigsaw blade that doesn't go through the thickness of the door. You might have to even modify a jigsaw blade in the sense of it can't reciprocate and hit the other side of the door as you're cutting. So connect the dots. Then you'll have two pieces of steel that are glued together to a foam core, and then you'll have a nice, neat cutout. At that point, you'll take your vision frame, your vision kit, and you will install it into the door. It's been made to the size required. Now, I started by mentioning there are 3 sizes that you need, and if we're going to look at the door in cross-section, let's say that this is going to be a cross-section, what I'm drawing right here. AA is, we're going to look at that in cross-section. So here's what the door will end up looking like. So this dimension here to the other side of the door, that's your door cutout size. That's your first dimension, all right? That's the first thing that you have to know, your door cutout size. Sorry about the phone. Then, and that will be how we're going to order it. Then the next dimension that's important to know is your kit is going to look, just to use this line, your kit's going to kind of look like this, kind of. Then here's your glass. Okay, again, no scale, obviously. All right, here's your glass. This is what is supposed to be what the trim looks like. Well, your glass actually does something like this. So the second dimension that you need to know is what is the net glass size, or what we call the actual glass size. So dimension 1 is what's the door cutout size. The second dimension is what is the net glass size that you have to order. And then the third dimension generally is a client wants to know, or you need to know, what is the outside dimension of the entire unit, width and height. So you can determine whether or not you get into any trouble with the overall width, because that vision frame is going to hang off out here. Okay? Your door opening, your door cutout size is the inside of here, but that trim will hang off. Now, it doesn't matter on this door, you've got plenty of room, because that trim is maybe 7/8 of an inch. But if you had a full light, or some other design of lever and a full light that had a return, yeah, you want to make sure that you're not going to have a conflict between where you're mounting your hardware and the outside dimension of this trim. Finishing that off, what the client will end up needing to consider is, we can do 1/2-inch insulated. It's going to be clear just like our side lights. The client was pretty clear that they want something opaque or something not completely transparent. So you did hear me mention it has to be a safety product. Now, I'm not the glass police, but you can't have plate glass in as the windshield on a car. Tempered glass is a safety product. So this company that we've worked with for many, many years, decades in fact, just waiting for their site to load, is called Torstenson Glass. And this client may be able to purchase from us, and they're in Chicago, and they've been in business for a really long time, as you can see. They're near Sheffield and Belmont. So the client could order from us the wood vision frame to the size that they need, and then the client can order a piece of glass not unlike what you see here. Now, what has to be absolutely determined is whether or not the material that the client would use can be tempered. So rain glass or wavy CD or Skytex, this material may be able to be tempered, and the client may be able to order 2 1/8-inch panes of some decorative glass, have it tempered, and then have someone like Torstenson build it into a 1/2-inch thick insulated unit. Chinchilla, that could work really well. Antique GNA is beautiful. Autumn, you could still see through it, and that's the purpose of the planter in the back, to showing you its level of obscurity. Double glue chip is really nice. You'll see shadows most certainly, but you won't see faces so well. Cross reed, I'd probably avoid that. That's not very residential. English reeded is neat. Fluorite, I don't know that I've seen fluorite myself, but the point of the matter is now we're really getting close. Rain glass looks really nice. Skytex might be a little too institutional. So the point is we're touching on an idea of how to solve this. I had also mentioned a stained glass supplier that I've worked with. I had someone make me very custom pieces of stained glass art, basically, is what they were. And they did go into a door. And actually, it wasn't these people, but the client could, realizing that it's not a safety product, have something made. You know, again, it's stained glass is put indoors, obviously. Stained glass is put in windows that are in walls. You see it all the time. Walk by any church and you can possibly see it. So the client could have something manufactured like this. Again, we provide the wood vision frame to the size that's needed, and the client could be in real good shape. It'll be beautiful. It won't be insulated, and it won't technically be a safety product, but you don't want to do anything to a door that you wouldn't otherwise already do, like slam it super hard or throw a chair through it, things of that nature. It won't break the way that you need a safety product to break. Anyway, that is the full video on how someone can convert a 6-panel door into something more decorative, and I hope that it has brought some benefit to your search in doing so. Thank you. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.